reporter Joel Hillen from the desk with an update on a breaking news story that we've been following for you this morning of an officer, shooting involving an officer, a Denver police officer at Alameda and Lipan. We have just heard from Denver police who tell us that the suspect who was hit is in surgery at Denver Health at this moment, that although the outlook looks good for his injuries, that he is considered in critical condition. We sent photojournalist Dale Atchison out to the scene, and I want to give you an update of what we are learning now from Denver police, which is that a call came in at about 8:20 this morning of a man that was pointing a gun at folks that were driving westbound along Alameda there. So the police arrived, and this is just west of Lipan between those two buildings. The man kind of hid back behind there. Denver police did open fire. It is unknown if at that point that the man was hit by a bullet, but he did continue to point his weapon at police. Police continued to try and talk him down for about 5 more minutes, and that's when Chief Thomas says that an officer fired a round that did hit the suspect. Because the suspect was still awake and alert, they had to proceed with caution, but did work to render aid to him and get the gun out of the way. It turned out to be a semi-automatic weapon that the man was holding and aiming at cars that were driving just westbound along Alameda at that time. The State Patrol, CBI, and the Office of the Independent Monitor have now moved in to this investigation. They're part of that critical incident response team that will then give a recommendation. We'll look over all of the evidence and give a recommendation to the Denver DA to see if they will file charges against any of the officers involved. We understand that there were 3 separate officers involved in that shooting, but 10 total officers who responded to that scene. So where does it go from here? Well, they say that Alameda is closed right now, and this is just to the west of I-25, a main east-west route to get across I-25 in that section of roadway. To the north, you have to either take Federal or you have to take Santa Fe and go all the way up to 6th Avenue if you're trying to get around that this morning. We understand from Denver police that it will be closed for about another hour as they continue the investigation into 3 separate points. So you had the point where the man was standing and pointing the weapon, you had his belongings that were back there, and then the exchange of gunfire with police. So the focus on those 3 separate investigation points in this. But again, the man considered in critical condition, although he is expected to survive from his injuries. We will have a full report and have that sound from Chief Thomas that's coming up on CBS News at noon. And of course, we'll have the latest from here at the desk as it unfolds.